Hello and welcome to the channel, Kelly Legends Media. I want to say thank you to all the people who have subscribed to my channel. We're 6,000 right now subscribers, and we're working on 7,000 now. Appreciate each and every one of you, man. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down below. Just takes a second. And then smash that notification bell. Set it on all, so that way you'll be notified whenever a new video comes out or if we go live. Also, sometime during this video, if you could just take a second, hit that like button, which is the thumbs up button. And that's a good way to support the channel. Not only that, but it helps get the algorithm popping, you know? Get this video put through to more devices throughout this little YouTube world. Okay, so today's video, I'm going to pretty much, well, I have no choice. I'm going to have to kind of piggyback a little bit off of Dub's video, although we have different opinions, similar, but just a little bit different take on it. I had got up to go do my video, and then I looked on the screen and Dubs beat me to it. So I had to change my content around because I don't want to just be repeating what he said verbatim, you know, and they were pretty similar, although he did have other interesting points that he pointed out. Go check his video out if you want a little bit more insight from his perspective. Okay, so what happened was in Los Padrinos, in the juvenile hall, 30 probation officers, or officers that take care of the kids there, were charged. They were charged for holding gladiator fights, much like they did in Corcoran Prison. So this has been going on since 2023, and there's been 69 fights involving kids 8 years old to 18 years of age, right? So they charge these guys with child abuse, child endangerment, conspiracy, and battery, okay? So when I seen it come out yesterday on the video, man, it took me back, you know? It made me think, like, how could something like this take place after everything that happened down in Corcoran, you know? I'm sure they must have known that they were going to get caught. How could you not? You know, you're dealing with children who are going to speak to their parents and stuff, and eventually tell them what they're going through, you know? In any case, Dub brought an interesting thing up. He mentioned about the people that they hire to take care of these kids, you know? And he mentioned that a lot of them are gang members and stuff. And you know what? That's absolutely true. Because just last year, he passed away, a friend of mine that worked there in Los Padrinos. Yeah, he was an active gang member. Not just a gang member, but an active gang member. And, you know, he liked to party, you know. He liked to buy the pericazos, you know. Yeah, he liked the parrots, you know. Anyways, so it was like I used to think, how could he be taking care of kids, you know? My wife worked for a minute in this place where they had a lot of Native Americans and Mexican Americans, Hondurans, people that were homeless and found along the border that were minors. And they took them to this place where they would physically check them out, you know, do a psych check on these kids and get them placed. And it was a federal facility. So I know that for her to get that job, man, they screened her, they did life scan, the whole 9 yards, to make sure that she had no smut on her, you know, no funny activities, no illegal activities. You know, this was a responsible position that she held, taking care of children, you know, seeing that their needs were met, you know. And basically, that's what the people that are working in Los Padrinos are hired for, man, to look after these kids and see that they don't hurt each other or hurt themselves or bad things ain't happening to them. Because juvenile hall, if anywhere, is a place where monkey business will go on. You know, if you're weak, if you're soft, you're gonna get taken advantage of every which way. You know, and I know for a fact that kids get touched up in there. If you know what I'm talking about, you know, and it's a bad place. You know, if you're hip to the skip, you know, you grew up in the street and you got a little bit of schooling and you know what's up, you have a very good chance to survive and thrive in there. But if you're just some kid that was out monkeying around and you get caught up and get arrested and get sent there, man, I remember hearing them kids cry at night, you know, and being taunted by the older kids, you know what I mean? Like taunting them, like what they were gonna do to them and teasing them and until they break them, you know. And some kids are soft like that, you know. So I could imagine that, you know, when these kids fell into these situations where, you know, the door cracked and they were approached to get down, I'm sure some of them just probably just balled up and got their ass beat, you know. But back to the staff, you know. So that one homeboy worked there, you know, he was all tatted back. He was a homeboy from a very well-known barrio, well-respected neighborhood in Boyle Heights. And you know, he did his job according to him, and I believed him, man. He was a good dude, you know, rest in peace. He was a friend of my kids, and I met him through my children. I've known him for years, man. Like at least a good 30 years that I known this kid. I met him when he was very young, and yeah, the young man passed away recently. But he worked in there, and he shared with me some of the stuff that goes on behind the walls in there, and you know, some of the things that he catch these kids doing and have to intervene, and you know, it's nowhere where we want our kids to be in any way, shape, or form. I know another woman that worked there who threw her career away, you know. She ended up marrying one of her wards, you know, one of the people that she had under her care, right? And I guess they found out and they fired her. Can you imagine working there for years and losing, you know, any type of pension or any type of retirement, you know, over messing around with one of the kids there, you know, half your age, you know. You know, it was a bad look, you know, terrible thing. People make mistakes, you know. But there are people working in places like that, watching our kids that, you know, are suspects. So Dubs mentioned that there needs to be a better screening process, you know, so that they could sort out all the bad apples and make sure that they have people working there that are that don't have no skeletons in their closet, you know, and that can be trusted, you know. What it would take to get that done, I don't know. You know, I'm sure it would take quite a movement to get the government, the county, and the city and state to pay attention and to do something, man, to protect these kids from situations like this, you know. Now, I don't know if these gladiator fights included weapons. It didn't say. Very possible, you know. That's what gladiator fights are. They're fights usually with fierros, you know. But I don't know. It wasn't mentioned, you know. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out about it in the near future. I'm sure there's a lot more information. I didn't go digging. I had prepared this video based on the video that I had seen yesterday and the information I gathered last night. And like I said, Dubs already put most of it out, so I'm just was kind of reiterating on some of that and just putting my own 2 cents, my own opinion, my own personal knowledge of what could go on in there, you know, and the people that, different types of people that work there, you know. Of course, there's some squares that work there too. You know, they're not all gang members and, you know, Krugers and all, you know, kinds of crazy people. Some people just regular people, you know, that are there to take care of the kids and stuff. But, you know, unless they do some really good checking, background check and stuff, I don't see why they wouldn't. They do it for everything else. Why not go through that screening process with the people that are watching over our kids, you know? I don't understand it. I'm sure in the very near future I will, because I'm going to look into it and see what's really going on. Like, how could something like this even take place, you know, involving kids? You know, this was some serious shit. You know, 69 gladiator fights, you know. Was it for pleasure? Was it for monetary gain? Were they gambling on this stuff, or, you know, were they just fucking around playing with the kids? You know, I don't know. I don't get it, you know. Anyways, this is my video for today. I'd like to know what you think. If you heard anything about this, what your opinion is, what your experience was in Los Padrinos or in Juvenile Hall, whether it be East Lake, whatever Juvenile Hall that you might have touched down at and stuff. I know the first time that I went to Juvenile Hall, I had problems from the start. You know, I walked in, I was asked to sit down in this area. This big dude was sitting there, a brother, man, and he had his feet up on the chairs. And for me to pass, I either he'd move his leg, or I had to walk all the way around to get to where they were calling me. So I instead I went about 5 chairs over and I asked him, "Hey, excuse me, can I get through?" And he told me no. You know, he said, "Go around." I go, "No, man, I'm not gonna go around." Fuck. I go, "Hey, just move your legs real quick. Let me pass." He goes, "I ain't gonna fucking let you pass." And I just busted through his legs, you know. And he jumped up and pink, 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 pink. We started fighting, you know. So it was like from the very beginning, I was having problems, you know, all the way to the night. I was getting into it, you know, if not physically, with my mouth, you know. And I don't know how that atmosphere is now, but it was crazy back then, you know. It was a bad place to be if you were a kid, you know. So I feel bad for these kids, man. Regardless if they made a mistake or they're just they're on one, whatever their case is, man, they're just kids, you know. And it's not too late for them to make a left or a right, man, and take a different direction and do something positive. Like Dove had mentioned about maybe some training, some music classes, some auto mechanics, you know, something that young boys would be interested in, you know what I mean? A boxing program, something, you know, something that they could turn into a profession if they find out that they have skills, you know. Yeah, they have their little education programs and stuff, but they need something that's gonna really help them have a better future. And they need people in there working that are able to counsel them and speak to them and show them the way, you know, to success, and you know, talk down and against the things that could destroy their lives, you know. And hopefully we get more of them in there, you know, those type of individuals working with our kids, whether they be gang members or not, you know. Because there's a lot of people that have been in gangs or involved with gangs all their life, even whatever they've been through in their life, that could really give some good advice and help a young kid that's going down that path, you know, that leads to nowhere really, but to jail, death, you know, prison. There's really no future in it. Very, very few individuals become rich or successful in the gang world. You know, most of them just end up on the sidelines, man, just wasting their lives away, their health away. You know, getting shot, disabled, whatever the case may be. These kids still have a chance. We just need the right people put in place to help them. So I agree with Dubs 100% on that. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I just wanted to do a quick video on this, and let's see what transpires from here. Like I said, you could share a little something of your experience, your knowledge, or your opinion on what's taking place with these gladiator fights in the comment section. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. God bless you. God bless your families. And whatever you do, people, man, stay free, man. Stay out from behind them walls. And after this video, I wanna also say, and let's keep our youth, man, and our kids out of places like that, and involved with things that could end them up in places like that, behaviors and situations that they could fall into. We had to be very vigilant and at least speak out to these youngsters, man. Even if you don't know them, you know, call them over and, you know, share a little bit with them. You know, they listen. They really do. You know, I've done it. They'll come over. They'll listen. It might go in one ear out the other, but you never know, man. You might plant a seed that take root one day, and you know, it might come back to remembrance and get them back on course. You never know. You just never know. We got to just keep on trying, keep on humping. All right, people. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Thank you very much. God bless you.